Hello, good evening. Good evening this evening. How are we doing? Okay, yes. How are you doing today? Nice to see you. Nice to be in your faces again this evening. It's been a minute or two. I hope you're doing well. I hope the children are doing well. It's nice to see you. So I'm just going to wait for a few minutes. Let's see if anyone is online at this hour, so that we can have a quick conversation about spending time with your children. So I don't have music today. I don't have music today. I wish I did, but I don't. Right? It's been an interesting day. Let me put it that way. But I'm good. I'm standing. I'm here, and I'm glad that you are as well. So hi, hello to everyone who is seeing this now, and to everyone who would be checking out this live session much later. Anybody online? Anybody? Nobody? Y'all will see you later. Okay. All right. So we're talking about 10 ways that you can spend time with your child, and why should you spend time with your child? It's important. It's important for them. It's important for you. Now, research has shown that children who have a stronger bond with their parents are less likely to participate in risky behavior, such as drug and alcohol usage. They are confident. There's a strong bond between them and their parents, so they can lean on their parents more because they are aware. Obviously, they are aware that there is this person who has my back, and of course, any strong relationship is formed and strengthened with time and quality time. Right? It's the interaction, it's the frequent interactions that make it stronger. It's the frequent interactions that reveals what needs to be paid attention to, what you need to talk about more often, what you need to help your child unlearn. It helps for you to be aware of the things that are going on around and about your child. So it's important for you to spend time with your child. And because we're so busy, for those of us who work from home, and those of us who work outside the home, we're busy, we're juggling this and that, we're trying to provide for them, and all of that is important, but we can't neglect their emotional needs, right? So you spending time with your child strengthens them emotionally, right? They're more mentally and emotionally strong because they have an opportunity to leverage that relationship. They have an opportunity. Hi there, thank you for joining in. They have an opportunity to leverage that opportunity, right? That relationship, that bond, right? Something in them gives them the comfort and the consciousness that this person is in their corner. And who best to be in a child's corner than their parents, right? So it's important. As a parent, the next best thing you can do for your child after meeting their basic needs is to have a bond with them. And how can you have a bond with them? By spending time with them. All right, so I'm going to suggest ways and things you can do to connect with your child, to have that quality time with your child. So it doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be cumbersome. I am an advocate of scheduling, so I would suggest that you schedule it. Would it always happen at that point in time? No, but the fact that it's in your calendar, you're more likely, right, to follow through with that plan that you have made. So I suggest connect daily with your child, whether it's writing them a little note on their way to school, whether it is a joke that you will share. Have a connection daily with your child, okay? Tell your child you love them. Tell them every day. Find an opportunity to chip it in every day, right? Let them know that you love them and that you value them. And something else you can do is create some kind of ritual such as doing a chore together, something that is expected, right, that you do with them on a regular basis. Now, also remember to reinforce positive behaviors with appreciation. When you notice an improvement, an action that you approve of, mention it. Don't, like I like to say, don't normalize it. It is not normal when they behave well. Let them know that you appreciate it. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't set the bar high for your child. Of course not. I tell my children that they should hold themselves to specific high standards. So you can hear me say, this work you have done is not to your standard. Now, this child knows that I hold them to high standards and expect them to hold themselves to those standards. So I'm not suggesting that you don't expect them to behave well, but when they do, because they are children, you've been trying to talk to them about a particular behavior they've been exhibiting and they are improving in this area, mention it. Okay, mention it. Something else you can do is cook together and eat together. Something my 8-year-old and I have been doing recently is cooking together. Spending some time in the kitchen. You do this, I do that. So it fosters teamwork. Okay, we're able to split the work, and okay, I get this done, I get that done, and we're bonding. Where we talk and we have conversations and we laugh and we joke, and everything is not so serious. And I'm able to pass on some life lessons at some point. Maybe he's beating eggs too quickly, and I'm able to say, okay, take your time, just go steady. You don't have to be fast, you don't have to be in a hurry, just take your time. This is what we're trying to achieve. So learn consistency, teach them process. So it's an opportunity for me to pass on lessons to them in a relaxed environment. Now, something else you can do is schedule time to do an activity together. If you have young children, then they want to spend time with you. So let the child suggest. It might be games, it might be crafts, it might be coloring. Just make time, schedule activity time together, and then play with your child. Let your hair down. Have a moment or two of just jokes, right? Just, even if it's for a few minutes in a day, just play, right? Play with them. Join them in whatever. What do they like to do? What does your child like to do? Find out what they like to do and play with them. Now, it's also advisable that you take time away from technology every day to just focus on your child. Give them your undivided attention. Just talk and listen with your child. 30 minutes, 15 minutes, just put away your phone, put away your tablet, put away your computer, and have a conversation, right? Just learn. Just be open to learning, to listening to your child, okay? So those are just tips you can adopt, if you will, that can help you have quality time with your child. So back to our 10 ways, things that you can interventions, if you will, that can help you make time for your child. Like I said, scheduling is important. It's one thing to wish that you can do it. It's another to actually find out that they've gone to bed and the day has ended. But if you plan and you schedule some of these activities, now I'm not suggesting that you do all of them, because you might not be able to do all of them, but if you can schedule some of these things and you're able to achieve results, right? Schedule them into your activity time. And I should also mention that it's important to have personal time with each child. So if you have 4, God is your strength. I'm cheering you on, right? Because each child needs their personal time with you. Group family time is good, but each child needs to have their one-on-one time with you, right? That is the quality that we're talking about. So a short period of time one-on-one with each of your children in the course of the day, every day. It's not easy, but it is possible, and I've told you why. It is necessary. So you have to make the time. Now, number one way of spending time or making time for your child will be to commit to family meal time each day. Whatever your schedule is, whatever meal that is possible, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, try try to make sure that one meal you eat together as a family. It's a bonding opportunity. You have an opportunity to share each person's experiences of the day, frustrations, if you will, high points of the day, testimonies, if you will, something that went well, something that didn't go quite well, something that they went through in school. The fact that you're sharing a meal together relaxes the atmosphere, and they're able to talk, you are able to talk, so there's bonding that is taking place. Number 2, write your children's activities in your schedule book in ink. Write it down as you're making your calendar. Put things that involve your children in your schedule book, right? So write it down. Once it is there in ink, then you can't erase it, you can't say you forgot. And like I've said, scheduling is important and it is useful for you. So schedule your child into your daily activities. Number 3, identify one thing in your weekly schedule that you can do without and replace that with time for your children. Now, we've talked about how busy we all get as parents living in the society that we live in. We have to work, there are responsibilities, right? But if there's one thing that you can take off your weekly schedule and replace that with time with your children, then please go ahead and do it. So you might want to look at your calendar and see what you can knock off to replace with time for your children. We're intentional parents here, and we understand that we're not building for today, we're building for tomorrow. So if that work responsibility or hangout with some people, or time out or shopping time or whatever is not that important, or even if it's important, time with your child is equally important. So to make time that you may think you don't have, knock off one item off your weekly schedule that you can do without and replace that with time with your children. Number 4, take one of your children along on errands. Bonding opportunity, talking opportunity, teaching opportunity. They can learn, they can talk, you can point out things to them, they can ask questions, they get to know their environment, they get to meet people. You can even use that as an opportunity to check how they're growing, how their social skills are developing. So you've been telling your child, say hello to strangers. When you take them out on on errands, then you can know whether your lessons are working, or whether you need to change strategy, or you need to talk with your child about a certain thing, and then they learn to comport themselves in public. Some of us don't like taking our children to supermarkets because they will pick everything off the aisle, and in this COVID period, you don't want them touching stuff, but they still need to be out of the house. So you need to teach them, you need to show them, get to teach them, get to know what they're missing, right? Get to know what you need to pay attention to, so that they can learn social graces, if you will. Now, number 5 is volunteer to take part in a regularly scheduled child activities, such as coaching a team, teaching a subject, helping with a school activity. I've talked about that earlier. So volunteering to be around your child's group activity is an opportunity to spend time with your child. Now, number 6 is identify one of your children's TV shows that they enjoy watching and make a point of watching together, right? We're talking about quality time, we're talking about making time for your child. So if there's a show that they like to watch, and it's fairly certain that it shows at a particular time, hang around them, spend some time watching that show together. They will share the laughs with you, or something they've learned, and you too can learn a thing or two. But more importantly, you're showing them that you're available, you're communicating that they are loved, they are valued, your time, the time with them, you value your time with them, such that you can leave whatever it is you can be doing and come and spend the afternoon with them in their bedroom, on their bed, just hang out together. You are making time for your child, and it is important. Develop an interest in a hobby that you and your child can enjoy together. I talked about cooking. If your child enjoys cooking and you don't, develop a hobby in cooking. If it's learning about animals, for instance, I have a child in my home who enjoys learning about animals, and he likes to I think he's intentional. Okay, he likes to make it obvious that I don't know as much as he does. Yes, sometimes it can be painful when he's asking me. Today he was talking about a megalodon, and I thought to myself, what am I supposed to do with this information? But I became interested, right? If it's important to him, then I can at least give him a minutes of interest. So he started telling me about the size of the megalodon, and how it's extinct, and how if something had happened, I don't quite remember now, if something had happened it won't be extinct and all of that. But we had a minute or two of, oh really, okay, that's interesting. And he smiled and he was happy that, okay, he taught mommy something. Now his confidence is boosted, he's conscious, he's aware of the fact that there's something that he knows that mommy does not know, and he's able to teach mommy something, and that's fine by me. That's cool. I don't know everything, and sometimes he shares information with me about animals, the most random stuff that child knows. Is amazing, but the least I can do is listen. So we have some time just throwing information back and forth, and I'm like, wow, really? Oh, okay, that animal can do that, and he's happy. If he's happy, I'm happy. So take an interest in a hobby that your child enjoys to do, and you can do it together and enjoy it together. Now, if your work requires that you travel, and it's possible, take one of your children along. Think about it. Take one of your children along. If they're old enough to be able to handle themselves while you're at work, maybe they can sit in an office. Think about it. Take your children along. It's an opportunity to bond. You're creating time out of your busy schedule. So that's killing two birds with one stone. You're on your business trip, but you can take your child along. You can extend the business trip to a long weekend, right? So maybe your work is done by Friday, and then on Saturday you can take a walk together, visit a mall, shop, or sightsee or something. You're making time for your child. Now, if your work schedule is flexible, you can start your day earlier so that you can get home earlier to spend the afternoon with your family, making time. Little tips here and there that can help you to create a balance and be there for your child while your life is still going on. And number 10, leave your work and cell phones at home when you're out with your children. Work, cell phones, computers, they take our focus off people, right? So since you're trying to be intentional and have quality time with your child, set those aside, keep them in one corner and make time for your child. Have a meaningful conversation without distractions with your child. So I hope 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 of these tips will help you to make time for your child and create that bonding that your child needs, that you need, that is necessary for the mental and emotional well-being of your child. I hope this has been able to help somebody. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye now.